Hey, everybody, it's Thursday Night BBQ Chat, and I am Steve Chris. I am with It's All About the Barbecue, and during the week and most of the days, you can find me at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois, and the man sitting next to me, back from the exciting trials of soccer.
USSR. I was like, that song just popped into my head.
Well, it ruined the whole intro. We're gonna have to start all over again. Take us out.
All right, shut it down. Anyways, yes, guys.
The chairman of the board, Mr. Ryan.
Oh, sorry.
Hoagland.
Oh, I thought there was a crowd going wild and stuff, but it happens. But yes, I am back this week. Thanks to Michelle for filling in for me last week. I've not had a chance to go watch a show, but my son had soccer tryouts for a national team or a regional team. So we had to go check that out. So might have some more news. Still haven't heard back from it, but I'm happy to be back this week. And we'll see if I'm here next week. Surprise, Steve. We'll see.
Let me know as soon as possible. So I can work on a co-hostess with the most.
Yes, I will. As soon as I will let you know as soon as I can.
All right. So, Anyway, let's pay the bills first. Let's get into this show because I'm kind of really excited about this show today.
Are you? Are you excited?
I'm really excited. The lights.
All right. Anyways, you know what we got to do? We got to pay the bills. We got to thank our wonderful sponsor. So here you go.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
Nope. Sorry.
Got the OG Bandits, Melinda's Hot Sauce, Spitfire Grills, Steak Ager, Southern Pride Barbecue Smokers, Genuine Chicken Roaster, Marble Ridge Farms, Wood Food Systems, and Smoky Woods.
There we go.
I like the original.
As soon as I hit play on the last one, I was like, no, that's the wrong one.
Even I figured it out last week on my own, trying to figure out how to do those things.
Oh, you know what? The intro is the one that I changed and labeled new. I didn't change. Oh, I got to fix this part.
So anyway, Ryan, this week I'm excited because as you know, I don't do a lot on Instagram. I share a bunch of stuff for It's All About the Barbecue and Wanamaker's and myself. I don't understand it as well, but I do flip through the pages, and these guys down in Australia, I have been watching for a long time. Well, not really a long time, maybe a year, but still, it's a long time for me. But anyway, the food they make is absolutely incredible, and I'm excited because, Ryan, this is kind of like a new step for us. We are going international. We are in Australia talking, and guess what the greatest part about it is? It's already Friday there. So it's not really like Thursday night barbecue chat to our guest. It's Friday morning barbecue chat. Yeah. So now anyway. So let's bring him in. Yeah. Mr. Greg from Third Wave Barbecue down there in Australia. I hate to tell you, Greg, I have been, like I said, I said in the green room, I have been watching for a long time, and I am just amazed at what you guys cook.
Thank you. Well, thanks for having me on. Glad that we've managed to reach you guys all the way in US. But yeah, 70% of our followers are actually in US, which is quite strange. We get somewhere. Speaking of Instagram, we get between 100 and 150 million views of our content a month, and 70% of that is where you guys are. So yeah. there must be a few, but thanks for having me on from so far away. And yes, I live in the future. It is Friday.
That's why the background's all blurry, because the future just hasn't been created yet.
That's right. It'll coalesce by the time we finish this.
Yeah, that was bad, Steve.
Come on, Ryan.
You're the one that's usually got the bad dad jokes, but I'll give it to you. That was good.
Once in a while, I gotta say a bad dad joke. But
it is. I mean, it is different sitting here thinking about the time change and stuff. Like, I've got a couple friends that I've met through TikTok and stuff that are in New Zealand, so it's even farther in the future. But yeah, they always give me a hard time. They're like, "Why do you keep saying it's this when it's? Why do you keep saying it's Thursday when it's Friday?" Yeah, just because you're in the future, that's not my problem.
So let's dive right into it, Greg. What's got you into barbecue? I mean, obviously everybody always thinks of Texas and the United States and barbecue and this and that. What got you into the whole barbecue thing?
It's a little bit of a funny story.
Okay.
We were originally about 15 years ago. We were just a basic sort of cafe, breakfast, brunch, that kind of thing, lunch, and wanted to open for dinner, and did not want to do the same as everybody else. But I was watching all of these crazy barbecue shows from US, and every time, and I've never tried it. Every time I see people try the brisket, try the beef ribs, their eyes sort of roll back into their head because it's so tasty. And that's my that's my access to American barbecue. And there was nothing in Australia. There was only one place that was selling American barbecue in Melbourne. That's the city we're in. I went to try it, and I said, this can't be it, right? If people taste this, and then their eyes will not roll back in their head from flavor because they've tasted what I've tasted there. So and there were no chefs, there were no pit masters. They just did not exist. There was no skill set in Australia that would allow me to hire someone to actually create this menu. So I did it myself. I started learning. So YouTube, blogs, recipe books, you name it. I spent months learning, and then I spent a few more months actually physically smoking and understanding how this works. And after I did it enough, I thought, okay, well, I get it. I understand why people feel the way they feel about barbecue. And we started serving it. So that's how we started, basically, in that I had to develop the whole thing myself because there was literally no one 13 years ago that we could hire to make it happen for us.
That's awesome. Let me get caught up here. We're going to get back into that. We got Griddles and Vittles. Nick and Jay says, what's up? We got our good buddy Mojo says, hey, guys, TD's Brew and Barbecue is in the house. And then my good buddy Eric from Cafe Realm. It's wrong. But that's so with you watching all the different YouTubes and stuff like that, like who inspired you? Like who did you watch?
There was I forgot the name of the show, but the guy was going from place to place and just eating lots of challenges at that time, 15 years ago. I forgot his name, but he ate a lot of barbecue. I don't remember the channels, the Grill Boys or something, but I watched probably, I don't know, hundreds of hours of YouTube all over the place trying to understand how does this work, because it's a just to give you some contrast, right? Australian barbecue is literally the opposite of American barbecue. You essentially burn the meat as quickly as possible on the highest temperature you can possibly get it to. That's it. That's Australian barbecue, right? You take so no slow cooking at all, right? It's put meat on a barbecue, highest temp, and pull it off medium rare. That's it, done, right? So it takes a minute or two on each side. You finished, basically. So to do American barbecue, which is literally the opposite, you do it as slow as possible, okay, with as much smoke as possible. Essentially, it was a complete new experience for anybody in Australia. And when we started serving it in Melbourne, we were the second restaurant in Melbourne to serve this kind of cuisine. And it took off. It went well. And just to give you some background, American barbecue right now is probably one of the most popular cuisines in Australia in setting up new restaurants. So new places are popping up everywhere that are serving either the entire menu or a portion of the menu as essentially slow smoked, low and slow meat. Wow. So it's look, this particular cuisine is amazing. It's extremely tasty if it's done right, and it's taking over the world.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot. I guess it depends on, what your hot and fast is, because we are doing a hot and fast, or there's a lot more people that are switching to hot and fast cooks, especially like in the competitions here. So it's not necessarily the low and slow. As our good buddy Sean Young likes to say, he's like, he's in his 40s. Is he in his 50s yet? I don't know. He's getting up there, but he doesnesn't like to sit for 18 hours anymore. So he'll. So
what is your definition of hot and fast?
He does. What's he doing his brisket in, like 5 hours?
Brisket's in about 5 hours, and then letting it rest. But he's
Okay.
doing it like in the drums. But it's not like you guys got the big, huge, the restaurant smokers and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's different.
Yeah. So we use we don't use offsets because there's no possibility of doing that in Australia. Pretty much, very very rare. You have to go into industrial areas, etc. So we actually import all hickory.
Okay.
Their product and standardized on that. It works extremely well because it's so sort of user friendly and can be done in a commercial kitchen. Still using logs, just that the heat is essentially provided by gas.
Gas, yeah.
Gotcha.
But so you would say in those 13 years, and you were the second one. How many barbecue restaurants would you say are now in
Australia? Hundreds. In Melbourne, probably 25, 30.
Wow.
No. A lot. And some that are a little bit sort of very barbecue centric, and that's all they do. And some just have maybe a third of their menu that's got some form of pulled pork or brisket or ribs or something like that that's done in that manner.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get to all these pictures, but how big of a smoker do you have to do this? What is this? Steve said this was an emu.
This is not an emu, but we did do an emu, and it's not pretty. Emu is not pretty. I think that was the entire forequarter of a cow leg. That picture there. The smoker is not massive. It fits. Just to give an idea, it's got 4 trays, and each tray can fit a full-size pig flattened out. Okay, and we do that. We've got degustations where we smoke the entire pig, and then we carve it up in front of you. So if you buy tickets, you come over and we cover it in front of you and just get a platter of pulled pork from the entire pig. So that's a fun dego that everybody enjoys.
So I got a question going back to, I think that's a picture of an emu because I do have a picture of the cow leg. Though of course it's your restaurant, so we'll see. But anyway, who came up with this idea to do? Because I mean, there's other pictures. I pulled those off of I think Instagram. I was just flipping through and trying to take screenshots. There are better pictures of the emu thing, but what made you sit there and say like, hey, let's do an emu?
Yeah, or a full crocodile, or look. So what we do as a restaurant, we're a little bit different than standard, what we call American barbecue meats. We sort of elevate it. We add theater to what we do, right? So our customers end up enjoying a bit of entertainment as well as just good food. Let's hope that we produce good food. We give them, let's say, bear claws to start pulling apart things like Thor's hammer, etc. When we serve it to them, we might serve something full of smoke. Our platters are designed so that they're shareable, so everybody has to jump up and grab bits and pieces. And as part of that elevated experience, we're always thinking, okay, what else can we do? What else can we do? It's a bit crazy. And that's where all these funky things come out. The whole pig, the whole crocodile, an emu, etc. And we're now thinking about smoking a whole shark. That's the next thing. If we once we get it, we will do it. Why not? And sometimes they come out well, and sometimes they don't. But they always look good.
Yeah, they look good on the cameras. I got one. I was gonna, Ryan. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can find it because it's. I'm really bad at this. Ryan's the usual guy that does.
Which one are you talking about?
Ryan is the wizard.
There's one where he's holding it. It's what they do is they don't do like ribs. They do like the whole rib cage. So it's like something like this, and then it's got fries in the middle of it. No,
well, this is half a rib cage. So what we've
cage.
done recently is we've taken the entire rib cage of a pig, right? And we've smoked the whole rib cage, and then we're gonna use it to load different other ingredients into it, and then serve it. So you're gonna have to pull the ribs off it as part of your eating experience.
But it's just
I'm flipping through because now I want to find the emu and I want to find the alligator, but I just found the one with send this to someone that owes you a Thor's hammer.
Yep.
Look at all those.
Speaking of Thor's hammers, what's interesting is that we were the first ones. We've coined that term when it comes to the piece of meat. So I keep saying that we've branded a piece of cow, basically, because that's a beef shin essentially, right? That's what that is,
Beef
right?
shank,
And then what ended up happening is that it went so viral. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of millions of views, that people started walking into butchers all over the world asking for a Thor's hammer. And the poor butcher, I mean, we got emails from Norway, from Philippines, from all over the world saying, my butcher doesn't know what a Thor's hammer is. What do I ask? Okay, and this is not joking. This is real. So yeah, for the first time ever, for us anyway, we've branded a piece of an animal. We're now looking for another piece of an animal to brand if we can do that.
Yeah, well, I think the rib cage thing is awesome. Ryan, there's a better picture in there if you can see it. I mean, it's actually the full rib cage. They actually do it, and they put it on the tray, and then they set it down. So I mean, it's like there's more of it.
Yep,
I think
that's more of what that is. Yep.
Yeah, and then they put the fries and stuff. And I mean, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this has got everything I love in it. It's got umpteen gazillion French fries, and then it's got barbecue, and I'm just like, I gotta get to Australia just to have that. I wish you could ship it out here.
So is this Monica?
It is Monica, yes.
Okay. Well, I was just because I was going back to I found the video for this one.
Yes. Yeah.
I love the title of "I just want somebody to look at me the way that Monica looks at smoked meats."
Yeah, no, it's a cool word. If anybody's watching, kind of do like Ryan's doing, watch us and or audio us or whatever, but go and flip through Third Wave Barbecue on Instagram. They're also on Facebook, but the Instagram ones are a little bit better. And follow their site for one, and then kind of just flip through and look at some of the videos. There's so many things. I think I saw that you were going to bring back the special, Ryan. I don't know if you can see the nachos on a shovel. They actually serve them on a shovel to your plate.
Yep, that's right. So our front of house staff is a little bit scared doing that, but it works. It works.
Can you imagine here in the States, Ryan, somebody coming over with just a regular garden shovel full of nachos and it looks like pork and just sliding it off on
I'm gonna see here. Let me see if I can go solo here.
It's a big platter of nachos. There is a bit of yep.
Well, we're a little blurry, but
it's a bit blurry. Yeah. Yep.
I love the over dramatic acting. It's perfect. Look at how the bones come out of that ribs on that one. But I mean, that is just, I mean, just the way you guys do stuff is just so unique. I just don't know if I think you would have a market here. I mean, it's just, there's nobody that I know of that does goofy I mean, it's always like traditional barbecue stuff. Nothing really like I don't want to say goofy barbecue.
I was going to say, like Steve, like I don't know if I'd call it goofy barbecue.
Well, no, but I mean like goofy things with barbecue, I guess. I mean, what would you think? I mean, it's something like out of the Flintstones, Ryan. If somebody brought that whole rib cage up onto your plate.
Now I got it. Now I'm going to get a picture of this one. I'm going to send it in here. I'm going to bring it up because I found the whole rib cage.
Yeah, speaking of Flintstones, we did do a barbecue dumbbell.
A barbecue dumbbell?
What is that?
It's the way we trim the beef shin. We basically trim down the center of the bone and then smoked it, so you can actually use it as a dumbbell if you really want.
I didn't find that one, but now I'm in. Now I know. Now you know what I'm doing after the show's over. I'm going in there and gonna flip through there and try and find that. Did you get it, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
That's what I'm saying, in that we sort of elevate the barbecue to inject a bit of theater, to inject a bit of experience that is not normally associated with just eating really tasty, soft, juicy meat. You know, that's what barbecue.
Yeah, this was the ribs, French fries with mac and cheese with bacon, and then a whole rib cage on top of it.
Yeah, that's a better picture. Yeah, look at that.
Oh.
Can you imagine? I mean, that's like Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble, dude. It's like imagine.
Oh, Wilma, get out of my way!
Yeah, I mean, I can see them at the drive-in right now, and they put the dino ribs on the car, and it falls
The car
over.
goes sideways. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's like
that's just me. That's when I get in with my belly. I sit down, and the car goes sideways.
yeah, but my God, that is so cool. How long does it take to cook? I mean, how do you get that in the smoker for one? And is it cooked just like a regular rib, or how do you get it?
Yeah, it's cooked. It's cooked in the same way. I mean, the smoker that we use has a big chamber. So it's just a matter of how many trays we put into it. So if we don't put too many trays, we can put fairly high, tall items into it, and it works well. But how long does it take to cook pork ribs? Look, it's the same as any pork rib. It'll take anything from sort of 4 to 7 hours to get it done properly.
Now, do they pick that meat off of there with like a fork, or if you have anybody like try to crack the rib off of there? And
look, we haven't actually started. So this is one of those yum or dumb situations where we want to know if this is a yum thing or a dumb thing compared, in regard to what everybody else thinks. And what will happen is that if there's enough people that think it's a yum thing, we will put it as a special. So part of what we do in the restaurant is every month we create 2 over-the-top crazy specials, okay, that start at the beginning of the month and at the end of the month. That's it. Every single month are brand new, two new ones. Sometimes we bring old ones back, and we use a segment of Yum and Dumb from time to time indicate whether something could become a special, and then it moves on to a special, and we run it for a month. So that one there is a new one. But it's definitely going to be one of our specials, and then I'll be able to answer your question as to how do people eat it, because sometimes we serve product that we don't know how people will eat it, and we don't care. we will put it on a table, and people go for your life. Do the best you can.
Yeah, I mean, they ordered it. I mean, it's up to them to eat it. But yeah, I mean, I'm voting yum on that one, because I'm totally like, I want to see that. You gotta open in Chicago, because man, I'd be there like at least once a week.
I mean, Steve, you've talked about many other places that I should go, or we should go, and we should travel. But I mean, I got my passport.
I don't have a passport.
Well,
I don't fly. I mean, if there's a boat, I'd take a boat. It's even longer.
How long would that take?
You don't look. Probably a few weeks.
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
I'll get over there and come back. I'll let you know how it is.
But yeah, Steve, the plan is that we're very much hoping to find someone to at least partner up with us to open the first one in US. We've just finalized all the franchise documentation, where we will be hopefully opening franchises across US wherever suitable, and why not Chicago?
You know what, Ryan? You know who I think would be a perfect partner for them? Would be Chicago Culinary Kitchen with Greg and Christine, because they like to do eccentric barbecue thing.
They have the scorpion steak, which is 3 butterfly, or was it 3 or 2 butterflied tomahawks?
Okay.
And 2 or 3 butterfly tomahawks, and then they take the bone and make it look like a
scorpion tail.
Yeah, so they do a lot of goofy looking food too. I mean, it just blows your mind when they make something. Oh, pull that sandwich up.
I apologize for him and his goofy.
Look, I'm just gonna take it. It is what it is. Steve thinks it's goofy. We think it's elevated. Okay, so
right. I think it's genuine. It's nobody's doing it.
I speak to the masses, Ryan. I use small, simple words like goofy.
Well, that's why
I'm just amazed. I am so hyped because I can't believe that I'm talking to the owner and creator of the restaurant, because I've been watching this for so long, and I've been trying to get a hold, and finally somebody answered, and I was like, yes, I'm so excited. And then he had a scheduling thing, and I'm like, no. And then we found another date that worked. And then I had to reschedule. And then it was like, so this is like the third time's the charm. So I'm excited. But yeah, the food just blows me away. Ryan, pull up they just came out with a sandwich. I don't know if this is a yum and dumb thing, but they had
this is actually a special that's on as of 1st of May. So as of yesterday.
Or as of today.
Yep.
as of yesterday, today, it's which one do you want?
It should be it should look like a big sandwich. No, that's the rib cage, Ryan.
That's the other.
No,
rib
that's
cage,
the
yeah.
nachos. No, that's the rib cage. Oh
There's-
well, let's.
There's no. Oh, this one. Sorry.
That one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. That's right. So that
God,
has
what is
a whole,
on that thing?
It has a very large pork schnitzel, and it has a deboned rack of pork ribs, plus slaw and some chips and pickles. It's a big boy. Most of the things we make are usually designed to be shared, so this is way bigger than one person can eat. So the other thing that we do that's interesting, that's a little bit unusual, is we do an all-you-can-eat night with barbecue, which is not a usual thing. We've actually had to invent. Here's a little bit of IP here for you. Had to invent how do you do an all-you-can-eat night without making it a buffet. Because normally, you got buffets as all you can eat,
right,
because you just got food laid out. You pick it up, you go off, eat it, you come back and you eat more. You can't do that with barbecue. That doesn't work. So we had to invent a way to do it, and we've done it, and it's been running for more than a decade, and we now have pretty much everyone in Australia copy it, because we basically bring out a few different meats to a table. If you finish them, we bring out more. If you finish that, we bring out more. If you finish that, we bring out more. And that's a bit unusual, but yeah, we were the first ones to have an all-you-can-eat barbecue setup. It's barbecue night in Australia, basically.
I mean, it sounds like, to me, I'd go all you can eat barbecue. Yes. And then I'm going, we go out to barbecue and we sit down and can't eat as much as we think we can. But,
God.
You're right. Everybody thinks they will be able to eat more than they actually eat.
Right.
For sure.
Did it down? Oh, no, it didn't download. Where'd it go?
Oh. Well, I was mentioning in the green room, my favorite, which got me hooked on the whole thing, is they do the Thor's hammer, and they got this pan that's like full of mac and cheese. Yeah, there it is.
That's a bigger version of Thor's hammer, because
that's a bigger version of Thor's hammer.
Yeah, we just wanted to make something bigger.
But it's a pan full of mac and cheese, and then they take this Thor's hammer and they smash it in there, and then they put fries around the outside. And I'm just like, first time I saw it, I'm like, dude, that is like heaven right there. All that mac and cheese, French fries, beef. I was like, there couldn't be a better place on the face of the earth
to have goofy barbecue.
Goofy barbecue.
That's going to be the Chicago. That's going to be the Chicago store. The name of the Chicago franchise is going to be Goofy Barbecue.
Goofy Barbecue.
Goofy Barbecue. That's it. Forget Third Wave. Doesn't matter.
Third Wave. We'll just call it Goofy Barbecue.
Yeah. Why not? It's catchy. But on top of that, Steve, we give people bear claws so they can get into that sauce hammer and start pulling it to bits and pieces, and everybody enjoys pulling that big bone out and start playing with it. And a lot of customers actually take it home. I don't know why. Maybe for the dogs. Maybe as a trophy.
It
could be. They could mount it on the wall.
I have nothing like that, but I cooked an ostrich egg, and I still have the shell from the ostrich egg.
Okay, there you go.
So I get it. Like somebody taking the Thor's hammer home. That's just.
But the plates you serve are, they're gigantic plate. Do more than one people eat that, or is it just one person? Some of them are so huge.
No, majority of them are to be shared. Like Thor's hammer, there is let's talk pounds. Thor's hammer is 10 plus pounds of food. Okay, so it's a lot, right? Yeah. It's a lot. So 4 people comfortably get full, maybe even 5 on that, because that shin, just the meat with the bone, it's about 7 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Just the meat, right? So you need a few people to eat that, and look, it's priced to be shared. It's not really priced to have for one person. And all the platters are designed to be shared. All the specials in the majority are designed to be shared. It's just a matter of how many friends you've got and how much do you want to share. But very, very often they're so big that, let's say, a platter for 6 will fit 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see sitting down and taking the bear claws and just like stabbing people. Get away, that's mine. Don't
Yeah.
get back.
I mean, we always talked about when we go out for barbecue that the places need to have cots in the back to take a nap after you get done eating this stuff. But that'd be a 2-hour nap after that
Like
thing.
Yeah, we call it meat sweats and food coma, and both are common.
Yes.
in the restaurants basically. But the people that come, they know. And what's interesting, and this is a little bit unusual in that in Australia there's quite a lot of Kiwis, especially the Maoris, the Polynesian ones, and they're big, they're huge. So what happens is that when they go out to restaurants, no restaurant feeds them enough because they're big eaters, right? And I think we're the only ones out there that can actually fulfill all their desires when it comes to food.
Yeah, there's so many videos on your page. I mean, I just saw one the other day. It was you have a bunch of platters for like contests, like all I remember is him sliding one over, like, well, what about this one? Or maybe you'll do this one, or what about this one? And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe this. And does anybody ever finish any of those contest platters? I feel sorry for them, but I mean, God.
Yes, they do. But the only people that ever finished. So right now the challenge is 2 people to eat a platter for 4 in 15 minutes. You then don't pay for it and you get $100. So that's a challenge, right? And to give you an idea, it was finished a number of times. Even twice, it was finished by one person. Okay, but they're all professional eaters.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen, professional eaters are special. They're special people, right? They do special training. But an average human, even a big human, a person who likes to eat a lot, we've never seen them finish. We've seen a lot try, but we've never seen them finish.
No.
What's on that platter of 4? What so if they were getting ready, if I walked in there, Ryan and I walked in there, and then we sat down, what would be on the platter?
Look, it's made up of meats and carbs. Okay, so it's got a bunch of chips, a bunch of onion rings, some buns, slaw, some various pickles. That's all the carbs, let's say. And then there is four large beef ribs, a bowl of pulled pork, brisket, chicken wings, candy bacon, and something else. I think it's about 7 pounds of food.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
And half of that at least would be meat, probably more. So yeah, it's difficult for 2 people to eat all of that in 15 minutes. That's for sure.
I didn't think you were going to stop when you just said it.
I mean, it is a little bit of.
I am certain. There's Kransky sausage on it. I'm certain I missed a few things. There's quite a few things.
Felicia, how are we doing? Good evening.
Do they do like a tag team? It's like one person take the carbs and one person take the meats, or do they?
No, they just dive into it together, and everybody and everyone thinks that they can do it, but no, we've never seen it done. And we actually advise against it. It's like you buy it and enjoy it, because you're not going to enjoy it if you're just shoveling it into your mouth.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, you might get it in, but you're not going to enjoy it about an hour later. Jesus, that's going to be like you're going to have like a flipping cannonball in your stomach with all that barbecue.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've done beef rib eating competitions. Those are fun.
I love beef ribs.
So they are basically they're heats. We've got let's say 6 heats, about 10 to 15 people in each heat, and somebody ends up winning a hit, and essentially it's 15 minutes. Whoever eats the most beef ribs. Because we weigh what we give them, we then weigh what bones that are left, and then they do it again in a final. Everybody, each winner of each heat comes back and does it again. Okay.
No.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine eating?
As soon as you said there's heats, I'm like, wait a second. You mean I gotta do it again?
The winners do it again. They're not too upset about it, but it is what it is. And I think one time we had a very high level competitive eater, like we're talking about second in the world or third in the world, like really, really high up there. And the amount he ate was literally double or triple, if not quadruple, of the best that was next in line. It was just incredible how much he was able to put away. And it was like, and I think one of the hits he did after he did another challenge during lunchtime.
Oh my God. I got to have one of those people on this show, because I want to know where they put all that damn food, because I can't even I usually get 2 beef rib. If I go somewhere like around here, we go to Station 1 or something like that, I'll get 2 beef ribs. I mean, I'll get maybe 1 and then pick at the second one, because it's like you're fighting yourself to don't eat it, because you're gonna feel you're gonna feel overstuffed, but you still keep eating it anyway. But I couldn't even imagine just eating 2 beef ribs, let alone going crazy.
You're weak. You should come to our restaurant and watch other people.
Yeah, no, that would just be do you live stream that?
Sometimes, yeah, absolutely. So, some of these competitions we live stream, yeah, absolutely.
I followed you, and I have a lot of friends of mine that already follow you. I mean, you guys are 965,000 followers on Instagram, which is just awesome. Yeah, no, I would love to watch a live stream.
Next time you have one, Greg, let us know. We'll do a Thursday night barbecue chat content. I mean, because it's perfect. I mean, and you're at it's what, 10 a.m. over there, 10:30, almost 11 o'clock in the morning. That's perfect. You could have it for lunch. We could stream it live on Thursday night and do a competition beef rib eating contest live on God.
We normally do it at night, so I don't know how the time zones are going to line out.
We'd have to get up really early, right?
Yeah, we'd have to do a morning. It'd be a morning show for us.
Morning show.
I hate to tell you, I'd call in sick to work for that. I mean, that would be worth it to watch.
It doesn't last very long, so it's 15 minutes. There's a bit of preamble, and there's a little bit of discussion afterwards, where we take some. We speak to the winner and ask them how it felt like.
It felt like the Griddles and food.
Griddles and Vittles said, "Is it beard meets food?" Is that
beard meets food? Yeah, he eats a lot of. He's a professional eater, I believe. But that person has been tagged many times in our content to come over and do a challenge or two. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Did you ever get?
Guys, I'm just the beard.
I couldn't eat that much. Did you ever get the what is it, Chris Helmsworth or whatever?
No, we keep calling him out. He's just not coming out. But we will keep calling him out, because we want him to come and try the sauce hammer. But he's just not coming.
There's another local guy. He goes by the I think his name is the garbage disposal or something.
Well, I was just saying, because I know they've been having a thing every once in a while. It pops up that they're trying to get the actual Thor to come out and have Thor's hammer at.
That's right. We keep calling him. We keep waiting for him. We keep creating content that, calls him out. But he's not budging. He's not even responding.
I think that's one of those. Once you get to that level, it's like I need to be paid to come out or something. Maybe.
Possibly.
At that level, you just go out and do it because it's fun. You already made your money. Go out and have it do because it's fun.
Certainly not going to charge him. So it's just
yeah, right.
We'll give you a great discount.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. But he hasn't come yet. So what can I ask? What's the latest innovation in barbecue in the US? From your perspective,
Blackstones.
No, I don't know if they're really. I mean, everybody pretty much does the same.
Yeah. There's not really been anything new.
I think that's why when I saw your page and the goofy stuff that you guys do, or the eccentric, if you want to be like Ryan, things that you do with barbecue, I was just like, wow. I mean, this is everything's it's a metal pan with barbecue on it, like this and that. And then it's like, I'm looking at this picture of this big, huge Thor's hammer, shoved in the mac and cheese. And then lately when you came out with the big rib cage, and then you're cooking this emu, and then Ryan, pull up the quarter cow leg. You've got this big, huge quarter flipping the whole cow leg thing. And it's just like, man, we need places that do wild, crazy things like that with the food.
I love the guy in the background. That's me. Just,
that cow leg was about 80 5 pounds, I think. It was a bit of a workout to just lift the thing. Yeah.
Well, Randy Santel is another one.
Yeah.
A professional eater.
Professional.
Griddles and Vittles seems to know all their professional eaters. I don't know any, but
I was thinking,
except for Joey Chestnut,
like Hercules or something.
I don't know. I just know the guy from the hot dog, the Joey Chestnut or whatever, the hot dog guy.
Okay, he just swallowed them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many comments just went through my head, and I'm just gonna let them go.
It's a family-oriented show, Ryan. Not really.
Some of the other ways we present barbecue from time to time is we have a wheelbarrow of barbecue.
Oh,
okay, so we actually wheel out a wheelbarrow to you if you order it. It's a little one though, so it's not a full-size wheelbarrow that everybody's used to, but it's still a wheelbarrow and it still rolls. We've done barbecue in a barbecue. Essentially, it's if you can imagine a little offset smoker like this big. Okay, and we fill it with barbecue, fill it with full of smoke, and we bring it to you on the table, so you get to eat.
See what I mean? I mean, this
like
stuff
that's like Salt Bay of the barbecue world.
Yeah, this is like fun. This is like like you said, theater.
Now I'm trying to find one.
Yeah.
Well, look and see that you should be able to find. I was just going to ask them about because I know you do the all you can eat wings. What is the most anybody's ever eaten in wings?
Look, maybe 2 kilos. 2 kilos is 4 pounds. Sorry, I keep thinking my numbers, not yours, but about 4 pounds. Yeah, is what they would normally eat at most, and majority don't. This is like a one-off. So it's just again it's something to bring customers in and give them some value basically. 4
pounds. Can you imagine eating 4? I can't even imagine eating 4 pounds of anything. But yeah, 4 pounds of chicken. But I mean, they show pictures of it, right? Where did you do the wings with the shovel too, or am I just imagining that?
No. What we've done is we just piled a bunch of wings once on a table and to show it off. We do something called oink bowls, which is a very very tasty thing. But basically, it's pork meatballs wrapped in bacon and then slow smoked for 3 to 4 hours. They're really tasty. But the name gets everybody. And yeah, candy bacon is another thing that we do that people absolutely love. It's not low and slow, but it's definitely something that we actually saw in America. And it tastes amazing. It's completely addictive. I got addicted to it. At some point, chefs started hiding it from me because every time I walk by,
grab one or two,
yank it off the pass and say, when you go away, we'll put it back.
So, do you ever go to the National Restaurant Show? That's here in Chicago. You could come visit.
No, I have not, but it's on. My plan is to drop by US probably towards the end of the year, and potentially visit more places. But National Restaurant Show, no, I have not, but it's probably worth doing that. When does this happen?
Well, it's coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks in May here. I think it's middle of May. Yeah, but I don't know. I haven't gone in years. I used to go like a long time ago. I would go just to kind of look and snack and see what the restaurant people do. But yeah, I just figured this way, at least it gets you to Chicago, and then we get you some barbecue places, and we can get you can give them some tips on how to serve their food, because I'm just blown away. I'm still blown away by the whole thing. So
look, I'm sure that lots of people in America do barbecue way better than we do. We just we have a particular way to present it that's fun and interesting, and the product is great. I'm not saying it's not, but I think that we can't compare ourselves to the upper echelon of good barbecue in America. That's just not something that we want to do, or think we should. The Black Bear and the Franklin, all of those guys, they do stuff that we just don't do, and we don't have the facilities, the know-how, etc. to do it at that level. But it's still tasty, and the fact that we serve a few 100,000 customers a year, is testament to that.
I'm really digging the cube burger.
Yes, Cube Burger. Cube Burger.
Oh, I didn't see that one. You got a picture of it, right?
I can get the video. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Video would do the job.
I'm gonna. There we go. I got a screenshot of it.
Come on, Ryan. Dead air, Ryan.
You
Dead
can
air.
feel free to talk about something else.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
No.
Yeah, right. But I mean,
I need
because I know as soon as we start talking about something, Ryan, then you're going to be like, "Oh, look, I got the video now."
Well, I mean, Steve, if if you were as good as I am with all of this stuff and just get everything going, I mean, you start talking about stuff and it's there, and then all of a sudden, I, on the other hand, I'm sitting there working on stuff, and bam, there it is on the screen.
Look at that!
So it's a burger that instead of a round bun, it's a cube.
How do you do that?
That's a secret.
Well, now, Greg, we've had a lot of things announced and people giving away secrets on the show here.
What's inside? Is it a burger or is it pulled pork?
Yeah, it's just a burger. Yeah. So what's inside that is just a normal burger that you put between two buns. But as Ryan said, it's not two buns. It's a cube that essentially envelops the burger. As you saw, there were a bunch of cubes under there. We basically have a special form that we bake our own brioche cubes, let's call it, not buns. Okay, and then what we have to do is we have to empty them out and then seal the top when we present it to you, so it looks exactly like a cube.
Yes,
that is absolutely incredible.
Yes, that was a great video. I was seeing how everything's like, they put the lettuce in and then the tomato and the bacon and then the burger and cheese and everything else.
I like how it was a trade secret. I kind of like
it was, but that has gone viral. And just to give you an idea, one of those videos would have done 40+ million views in the world on Instagram. And since then there were lots and lots and lots of copycats. We generate lots of copycats in the stuff that we do.
Yeah, like I want to make this.
Well, there you go, Ryan. You can do a copycat video, and we'll tag Greg and Third Wave and say, "Hey,
it's a double patty."
Yeah, there's two patties in there. That's why I thought maybe there was like a patty and then maybe some pulled pork and maybe some mac and cheese in there.
There could be some mac and cheese in there, but
yeah, it's possible. No, I don't think it was, but yeah, we do sort of we do takes on different fusion. We do fusion with barbecue with other cuisines. So I don't know if you know what a banh mi is. Do you know what a banh mi is? It's a Vietnamese roll. Yeah. So it's a normally they do a roll and they put the meats in there and a few other ingredients. So what we've done is we've done a take on that, but the roll is like it's about 3 feet long, and it's full of barbecue. So it's got sliced brisket, it's got pulled pork in there, it probably has sliced beef ribs and a bunch of other stuff in that, and it just becomes, barbecue banh mi as opposed to Vietnamese banh mi. So we do this kind of stuff consistently. I mean, we've done. You guys call them egg rolls, but we call them in Australia spring rolls. But instead of making them little like they normally are, ours was.
Oh, I remember that. I do remember that one. Yeah.
Is that one of them? I thought that was a burrito.
No, it's a egg roll. I remember that one. I do remember that one too.
Yep. And one was full of pulled pork and some other stuff, and the other was full of pulled brisket and some other stuff. So this is just we keep coming up with things. We have to. We've got 2 new things every month that we have to come up with.
So say something like the egg roll. How many attempts at trying to do something like that did it take you until you kind of got it the way we see it? And I mean, was there a lot of trial and error, or does it?
Sometimes, depending on a dish, just because we imagine it doesn't mean we can actually make it. And furthermore, just because we made it in a sort of test environment doesn't mean we can make it in a high pressure environment of live restaurant. So everything we make has to basically withstand our ability to serve it quickly for customers So therefore, some things we come up with, but they don't actually pass. We can make them, but very slowly, very carefully, and therefore it will not happen in a normal cooking environment. But in answer to your question, look, sometimes it takes us one try and we go, that worked. We know how to do it. That's great. Sometimes we take 10 goes at it and it's still not coming out right. The egg roll wouldn't have taken us very long because it makes sense. We sort of know what needs to be done. We understand how the ingredients will work. The only difference in doing this research is we might not get the flavor profile we like, so we play around with flavors. But the development of the shape and how it's done, it's just a matter of understanding and then creating processes for all the different venues to follow, so that they all do it in the same way.
I love the videos that it has the arm next to it of. Is this too
of the
big?
Sandwich?
Yeah. No, I was just looking at
the egg roll?
The double beef rib burrito.
Oh yes, that's right. That's fun because people have to pull the bones out.
Double beef.
So
I just said I could barely eat 2 beef ribs, and here it's in a burrito.
Yeah, so it's a burrito the way you understand burrito to be, but we put 2 ribs side by side. We wrap them all on the burrito, and the bones are sticking out, right? And then we grill it and serve it so that you have to pull the bones out before you eat it because it makes sense to do that. It's better. It's better.
It makes sense to do that. I mean, like who doesn't do it that way?
Look, some people sometimes complain that we tell them that they have to pull the bone out. That happens.
What are they going to do? I don't even want to know.
Customers are customers. Yeah,
you got like a line of people waiting to get in. From being on Instagram, have you gained some kind of I don't want to say cult following, but like type of kind of like diners, drive-ins, and dives here. Wherever guy goes, everybody's got to be like, "Oh, I got to try that place out." I mean, do you have that kind of a following there?
We're known brand, and obviously, hundreds of millions of views. People know about us, and we are reasonably successful. A lot of most of our venues are pre-booked, so it's not really a line. People already know that it's a good idea to book, especially on busy nights, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, and yeah. So if we didn't book, there would be a line for sure. But because the majority of people book and there are time slots, sitting times where people can sit, then but on busy nights we still get it, and we are reasonably well known around Melbourne, certainly Australia, and we're getting to be well known in the world, given that we're speaking and you guys are very far from us.
Yeah.
Steve, do you want to see the inside of the double beef rib burrito, or do you want to see it compared to a regular burrito first?
I want to see it compared to a regular burrito first.
Steve wants to see everything. That's
so the regular burrito's on my side.
Yeah. Look at that thing. Isn't that incredible?
Well, this.
God, look at that.
I mean,
could you not?
I just ate dinner and I want to eat again.
What is probably wasn't even paying attention because you lost me at beef rib, but what is the base? I know it's 2 tortillas, but then what is
it's chipotle rice. Then there's guac there, there's salsa. There's a couple of different sauces. So they're not really ingredients that are too unusual for a burrito to have.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a normal burrito.
We just add the slow smoked beef ribs in there. Maybe there is some barbecue sauce in there as well that is deviates, takes it away from a standard Mexican burrito or standard Tex-Mex burrito.
Oh no, it's still definitely a burrito in my book.
Yep.
I personally myself, I cannot believe now. Maybe I don't know. Maybe people think different than I do, but which is probably true on a lot of things. But you've been doing it for so long, and on the Instagram and this and that. I can't believe that there's nobody in the States that does anything like this because I just can't. I think it's the coolest thing ever to do. I don't want to say again, but like goofy things with the barbecue. It's just like
intricate.
but who? I mean, how cool would it be to like have somebody bring a little wheelbarrow full of your barbecue and like, dump it on your plate? I'd love that. And the shovel.
It's not easy to copy, but it's certainly possible to copy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. It does take a bit of effort on our part to execute all of that and make it work. Right. There's quite a bit of planning and organization and training for all the staff as to both back of house and front of house, how to do it all. But it's certainly possible to copy. And the answer to your question, why they're not doing it, I don't know. But I keep looking for people to do what we do, and I have not been able to find personally anyone anywhere on the planet that does what we do. There are a couple here and there that do something similar, not necessarily with barbecue, with just restaurant products, but just other cuisines. But certainly have not found anybody that does what we do, or even close to it.
So you're more of a sit down. Is it more of like a sit down menu type of restaurant?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that
full service restaurant.
Yeah, I think that works to your doing all that stuff, because I can't see, like a lot of the places here, it's, you're in a line and you walk up to the counter and you order, then you sit down, they bring your tray out. And I just can't see the congestion of people in line moving to get to their seats, and then somebody trying to walk out with this shovel full of nachos. You know what I mean? I just, God, I'm still excited. Putting that shovel of nachos right on your plate.
Yep, that's right. So as I said, the front of house staff, the waiters are a little bit worried, but after doing a couple of tests, they can do it. It slides off, and it slides off onto a prepared tray that's on the table, so that everybody can share in it. But yeah, we have to be a sit down restaurant, and we're essentially a full service restaurant,
right?
Where you sit down at the table, you order, and we look after you. From there.
I just had to go check my freezer. I thought I had some beef ribs in there, but I
don't. Well, I got it. I mean, have you guys ever like presented one of these ideas and meals, and then the staff just looks at you and just says like, you guys have just lost your mind? I mean, it's just like, that's not possible to serve.
Happens. I shouldn't say it happens often, but it happens often enough that yes, well, sometimes. So imagine in a restaurant there is a pass, and a pass has a certain height to it, and from time to time we create dishes that doesn't pass the height of the pass. So then the way the chefs have to bring it out, they have to walk around the entire kitchen to actually pass it on to a waiting waiter to pick it up from them and keep going. So we actually have to change the structure of work for some of the specials to make them work. Lucky they're specials that don't last forever. They only last for a month, but from time to time. So we've done, for example, a slow smoked leg of lamb, which is the entire leg, and the way we present it is actually standing up. So it's quite high. It's probably 1.5 feet high at least. So and it's basically make your own souvlaki or gyros, or make your own roll and slice bits of that lamb that's slow smoked. But it's like that. So that's not easy. Getting a whole wheelbarrow around the pass is not easy either in a restaurant. in a restaurant. Okay. We've done something called a meat rod, which is basically if you can imagine, you got a base, which is just a baseboard, and a big rod that's at least 2.5 feet tall, and we would just put all sorts of meat. There's a whole chicken on it. There's layers of pork belly. There's layers of brisket. 3 or 4 beef ribs that's stuck on it. It's that high. That's how it comes out. So you have to actually rip it off or do something with it to make it work. So answer to your question, yes. From time to time, we make stuff that our people look at us and go, "What the hell? We're leaving now. We've had enough."
Man, God, Ryan, it's making me. I mean, I'm this close to getting on a plane again. Because
well, if we can make you get on a plane, it'll be great.
There's the emu.
So that's the emu. Yeah, it doesn't look great. It really doesn't. Especially when
it looks great to me.
Before it was smoked, the way it was hung for us to trim it, it did not look good. It didn't look appetizing at all.
No, I think I saw a picture of it. Yeah, and it was kind of like, it looks like a giant baby bird. I mean, it was just this little head and then this long neck and then this body and then these. And it's like,
yeah,
like, that's what they cooked. I was like, holy cow!
Oh, you're talking about this one.
Yep, that's it.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's it. It doesn't look great. So we keep thinking about smoking a kangaroo. The only problem with a kangaroo is it's the leanest meat you can ever imagine. It has no fat in it whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And really, to serve kangaroo, you have to serve it at most medium rare and mostly rare. Otherwise, it just becomes rubber, basically. So, and you can imagine if you smoke it, no fat, it'll not. But it'll be cool. It'll be interesting to do it. But it just we're afraid of how it's going to taste.
I'm going to do like a whole one, and then like when you serve it, you like stand it up. Could you imagine getting this kangaroo like on your table and you just cut off?
Could you imagine the kitchen staff going, "Yeah, guys, get out of the way. I got to come around the pass with this one.
I got to come around the pass with this whole kangaroo."
Like, look, we're only doing one of these.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. Well, that's what we did with the croc. Yeah, we just did the whole croc. Came out. It was fun, but I'm not sure I like the flavor of a croc. Smoked or not smoked, it's just a mix of chicken and fish. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, I haven't come across a croc one, but I know we're coming up on our hour here, but that doesn't matter unless you got to go. I understand, but the leg of lamb thing, like you say, it comes out like standing up. I'm almost like it instantly took me back to like a Christmas Story. Mm-hmm. You got to put like the little lampshade on top of it and bring it out like that.
Put like something out there, putting on something on top of it for.
Keep giving. Yes, no problem. That's fine. You just wait. It'll happen.
Now, if you come out with a lampshade on your Lego lamb, you've got to tag Barbecue Blackstone.
No problem. I'm going to credit you guys and tag you to say here it is. We talked about it and now it's real.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's too bad the kangaroo is so tough. Could you imagine just selling like kangaroo legs? Like you just get a whole like kangaroo leg,
kind of like the turkey leg. I mean, I don't know if you'd be able to pick up and hold a kangaroo leg by yourself, but
I mean, look, you can get the wallabies are basically small kangaroos, so some of them can be reasonable size. So they're like a small pig. So they're okay. They'll fit in. But the problem with them is that they are tough. That you have to serve them cooked really fast.
Unfortunately, that's too bad. Wow. Now I have envisions of now we'll go with a wallaby because it's smaller, but I'd have that coming out on this plate, like standing up, coming in.
The servers got to bounce when they bring it out to you, though.
Well, jump up to the table.
That's what you could do is you can mount it so that the legs are somewhat free, and as they walk, they could shake it, and then the legs would just kind of jump a little bit. That would be.
Okay, so here we're beginning to get into the process of how we design all this crazy shit, right?
You're crazy shit, man.
Right.
You're now beginning a part.
Yeah, now I'm kind of getting it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you see what happens. We've got a bunch of us. Somebody says, "Hey, how about this?" And then everybody else starts throwing in ideas about how do we change that into this or that into that, and then. After maybe 100 ideas been bandied around, something coalesces out of that. That's fun and the things we've been discussing.
I would like to see I'd like to see the cube burger with like a burger and a mac and cheese and then the pulled pork and then that bun on top.
That can happen, and we've also done
my yum.
A cube loaf, so it's not a completely cube. It's a rectangular loaf, but the idea was the same, and we filled it with all sorts of things like you were mentioning, and had mac and cheese in there, and a few other interesting basically barbecue ingredients. So that was fun as well. You would cut it, and it would ooze out all sorts of different stuff. We've done barbecue pizza. So we've loaded up with all sorts of different barbecue meats. Works really well. We've done I don't know if you can find it, Ryan, but we've done a burger. So imagine a burger bun that's about a foot 1.5 wide. Okay.
Oh Jesus!
So and what happens is that it's got probably 8 patties in there or something like that, but it also has, I think from memory, 6 or 8 beef ribs with bone sticking out. So it's like a burger cake, really. So you cut it into small slices. We've done a bacon cake. It literally was a cake. It's just layers of meat. So there was layers of brisket, layers of bacon, layers of potato, more layers of brisket, etc. So and then that gets served in slices.
So when you do that, when you prepare, say you did the gosh, okay, we'll go back to my favorite, the Thor's hammer. So let's say you do the Thor's hammer with how many do you have ready, and how many would you normally go through in a night? And are you guys open till like 7 or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock? Or
no, we're open till 10 or 11.
Oh boy, okay. How
many would you? We operate like a normal restaurant, normal opening hours, so completely standard. So those things that are, let's say, specialized items like Thor's hammer, they're not the common thing. What we sell in the majority are all the platters, because the platters are easy. People don't have to think about what to order. They get a bunch of everything, and they get to share it. Right? It makes sense. But we would go through sort of 5 to 10 Thor's hammers on a night. Okay.
That's not bad.
Because that covers a lot of people. That's like 30 people can have that. And sometimes we run out because we make a certain number, and if we run out, we can't make more. It takes almost 24 hours to make.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. There's a lot of the barbecue places here. That's what they open at 11 o'clock, and then it's it's until they're sold out, or certain things become unavailable as they get sold out. But I was just curious as how do you go into prep? Like, okay, we're going to do the Thor's hammer, and how do you gauge and guesstimate how many you think you might sell in a night?
So look, it's just experience and just past history and knowing what's possible. And sometimes we miss on the upside or the downside. So we either have too many sometimes, or sometimes we don't have enough. And because it's so specialized, most people accept the fact that we would run out.
Right, you would run out.
Yeah, that's a lot of restaurants, barbecue restaurants. They say once we're out, we're out. Like if you want it, get here early. If you don't, you come later and it's not here, then you order what's left on the menu.
We want to. Our business model is to be looked at like a normal restaurant, not like how barbecue restaurants in America work, where they basically cook, sell, and go, basically. So we want to make sure that we've got the full menu available to you if you come, or 95% of the time, basically, to make sure that it's there. And we generally manage to do that.
Well, now since we've spent an hour covering the main course, what do you? Yeah, I was just gonna say, what do you guys usually throw in? I haven't seen any like real outlandish like desserts. I mean, maybe
we've done some. We've done some. We've got a bacon milkshake. Okay, so we've done some crazy desserts, but for some reason, and we don't know why, crazy desserts don't sell very well. So the desserts that we have are very American. So we got pecan pie, key lime pie, Nutella and peanut butter pie. We've got ice cream sandwich. We've got reasonably basic. I just found
the ice cream sandwich.
There you go. So we got reasonably basic but tasty, really tasty desserts, but they're not crazy. Every time we did a crazy dessert, it didn't work for us anyway. And entrees, we don't really have crazy entrees. Apart from oink balls, which is a bit unusual, and candy bacon, we probably have the best candy bacon. Hello.
This is great. It's Friday.
He's in Australia.
He's in Australia. So it's, what is it, 11 a.m. now?
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. now, yeah.
11
it's time to open a restaurant.
It's Friday in Australia.
It is Thursday.
It's Thursday here.
It's Thursday.
See, his background's all grayed out and it's blurred because it's the future. We can't see it yet.
Oh, Jesus. Now you're using my joke.
That was Steve's joke. This is Greg. This is my son, Caden, or that was my hashtag.
How are you?
I'm going to show you some of the stuff.
Do you think that some of the reason you don't get a lot of desserts is because everybody's just too darn full from
They're full.
now? I mean, I know Ryan and I have no problem like forcing dessert down our throat.
That is true.
after
We're
we've already
usually
ate, like,
stuffed
a
and we
pound of
don't
food,
want
but-
anything else, and then they start talking about dessert, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
But you're right, Steve. I think a big part of why people still buy desserts, but not as much as we would like to, or I think we should sell as a normal restaurant, just because our portions are big and people get full.
Right.
And we don't ask them to pre-order a dessert at the time of their general order. We'll come up to them, and once they finish, offer them a dessert if they want, and most of the time it's a no.
Right. No, that's
Well, I can tell you need to come up with a really good.
choose your breakfast.
I know that Ryan is a victim of it as well, but Ryan and I are both suckers for bread pudding, and it doesn't matter how full I am. If it's a really good bread pudding, I'm getting it anyway, and I'll probably eat half of it just because.
Wait,
I love bread pudding, but to speak of desserts, we're about to bring out a chocolate chip cookie candy bacon cookie, basically chocolate chip candy bacon cookie that we're going to give out to all our customers for free at the end of their meal to take home or to eat there, and then we're probably going to start selling them as well. We've done the experiment, tastes amazing, so it works. We will be doing that.
Well, Greg, cookies ship really well.
Is that a hint? Okay, I get it. I'm gonna take it as such. No problem. Candy bacon and cookies ship well. Yes, that's true. Absolutely.
If you're looking to get some input from people in the States, I mean, I'm more than welcome to volunteer.
Well, send your mailing address, and we will make it happen.
Right. My mailing address, Ryan. You're going to have to sit this one out.
See, that's the problem. Everything goes to Steve's house, and nothing comes to my house.
I'll put
Ryan,
your email address
I can fix
in there.
that. If you send me your address, I will send some.
I'll put your address in there too, Ryan.
I know we're
to
running
share.
over our time. Do you guys do breakfast too, or is this just a breakfast?
We used to a while ago, not anymore. But yeah, that stack is really cool. It's thick pancakes stacked with pulled pork, candy bacon with an egg on top, and some maple syrup. It's really tasty.
Are those like the souffle pancakes?
Well, they're halfway there. So they're fluffy. They're very thick. They're not as fluffy because you need some density to eat with pulled pork. Otherwise, it's all gonna just fall apart.
Gotcha. Yeah. I've made the souffle pancakes. That's what kind of look like that, but yeah, those look good.
I think we should let Greg get on with his day, Ryan.
Yes.
Because I mean,
guys, it's 11:15. I got to get.
You could keep like flipping through that page, and you could honestly probably find trillion million different food things we could ask about. We'll have to have him back on again, and we'll get you back on again, Greg, because we'll go search through your Instagram and find more food.
I'd love to see some of the stuff at like the World Food Champions.
Like what?
What is that?
The World Food the competition.
Oh yes, okay.
And it's people come that are invited to it. They get to it. They come from all over the world to compete against other people.
Okay, just cooking specific dishes.
Cooking food like you can do
live fire,
barbecue.
Fish. I mean, there's so many different categories to it, but I think that'd be look it up. It's WWFC World Food Championships.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a look. Yeah, and ultimately, if there is from the audience, if anybody is interested in talking to us about bringing what we do to US, we'd love to speak to someone.
I could see a collaboration. Once you said that, I was like, yeah, Chicago Culinary Kitchen. I could see a collaboration there.
Yeah, because there's the same unique mindset for
definitely.
eccentric barbecue.
Goofy. Let's
goofy.
Let's call it what it is.
Well, they do. I mean, they do goofy stuff too, where they have just like the regular, that buffalo chicken sandwich, where it's just a regular bun, but then the chicken's like 3 times the size of the bun, and the stuff they do is similar to like you guys. I guess they're probably the only one I know of. I guess it's somewhat similar, but it's strangely huge portions and.
Or the beef
different
tallow, the beef tallow cake.
Yeah, I don't have the picture really handy. They made us say I do a thing called the Barbecue Love Tour with Ryan, and we stopped up there and they made us a savory cake. It was a chocolate cake, and then it had a layer of beef tallow, and then a chocolate cake, and then the frosting had tallow in it, and then it had it was awesome. bacon crumbles across the top of it. It was amazing. See, you guys would be perfect for each other.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Would love to meet them. I think they think alike.
Yeah. Well, Greg, we don't want to take up more of your time. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thanks for inviting me. Absolutely.
I can't wait to sit here and scroll through all your videos tonight. And then I want to recreate it. I really want to do that beef rib burrito now.
Yeah, that's really good.
Just don't forget to pull the bone out.
Yeah, right. Something stuck in my tooth. But yeah, thanks, Greg, for coming on. I'm glad it finally got to work out and we could get you on the show. And a great conversation, great fun. To keep posting the videos because I think, dude, I can't wait till you guys get here in the States. So
thank you.
Yeah,
thank you. Let's do it again.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.
I will.
All right. Now it's time. Now it's time for bed.
He's almost on his way to the weekend already.
Okay.
I know he's already on celebrating Friday, and we got like a whole. And tomorrow's payday too. He's already gotten paid.
He's already gotten paid.
I never get paid.
He owns the place. He never gets paid.
That's right.
All right.
All right, Greg. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Told you, Ryan, that was a good guest.
Yeah. See that Q burger.
Yeah. See, he's just Griddles and Vittles are watching it on time delay. I mean, we only talked about the grill.
Well, no, that was. Burger. Oh no, they probably just. They're not on time delay. They can't be that far off. But that Q burger looks interesting too, right?
I'd love to do that. It's so cool. And I'd like when he said the thing about doing it as like a low. I mean, doing like a whole like
well, the video's there. I watched
pan of it.
He did the one. There was one where it looked like they put almost like a garlic butter for like garlic bread on the inside of it, and then layered it with meatballs and sauce, and then layered it with cheese on top of that, and layered it. It looked to be like brisket on top of that with some more cheese and some barbecue sauce, and then the top on. And then they rolled it in like sesame seed. Oh,
do you notice I had my eyes closed while you were describing it, Ryan? Because I was just the epiphany of everything you were saying as it just kind of just layered itself each one.
And then I just bring it on a shovel and drop it on your table.
I love the shovel. I think the shovel is the coolest thing on the face of the earth.
Oh, yeah.
I want my barbecue delivered on a shovel. Could you imagine seeing everybody walking like carrying their shovels? And just like, oh, here's your food.
See, that could be the challenge. That's the challenge is brought out on like a golden shovel, and that's part of the reward. Is if you beat the challenge by yourself, you get to keep the shovel too.
And serve it at home with your own shovel.
Right.
I just think that's the coolest thing. I got to look up the wheelbarrow one because I think I have seen that part.
I didn't see. I was looking for.
I think I've seen that one, but I definitely want to. I want to see the. Oh, look at that!
Look at that cheese melt. Oh,
isn't that just naughty? Look at that, and it's pretty on top of it. Look at it when you open it up. Oh man, it just ain't right. It just ain't right that it's in Australia, right?
Look, there's the wheelbarrow.
Oh, yeah, I did see that one. Oh, man. So maybe, they need to get a taller wheelbarrow because their employees their backs are going to give out.
I just need the wheelbarrow next to me when I'm done eating out all of it to wheel me out the front door.
Man. But, man, can you imagine that? Imagine if it was like in the wheelbarrow, then they shoveled it out of the wheelbarrow like they were making.
You know what? I think I just want Monica's job.
Just eating and being in like the pictures
in all these videos.
But yeah, so anyway,
hey, kids eat free. Trump signs executive order aimed at reducing IVF costs. Kids eat free. There you go.
What about seniors? I'm an ARP member. Does that count for anything?
No, you pay double.
Pay double and triple. Yeah. You got to take out a waiver when you get older that your arteries aren't going to clog up.
$29 unlimited wings.
That's the one I saw. Yeah, is it the
Like,
picture?
I mean,
of the person with this
I
huge
go
pile
right
of
here
wings
next
on
to
it?
me at a place, and I'm getting 10 wings for $18.
Well, you go to the
Now you're
wrong
talking.
place.
Huh?
Well, you go to the wrong place then.
Well,
I don't know. I don't go anywhere for
Melbourne,
wings.
Australia is not like right next door to me, though. What do you want me to do?
Just got to get a plane ticket.
No, well, yeah. Let me just take a boat.
Well, the only reason why I said a boat, Ryan, is one, I don't like to fly, and two, hey, I'm in no hurry to get there. You know how nice it would be? I could hit so many different places as I'm traveling around.
But you know what? Melbourne's best meat pie. So I got to stop looking at this. We're never going to end the show.
We're never going to end the show if you keep looking at that. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother show. Just
Griddles and Villas says a hashtag AARP. We got you covered.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, we'll have to bring Sean along and put a little bit of Lipitor in there.
All right.
Oh man, another great show. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad I didn't miss this one. I would have been really mad.
I know you would have been.
Show.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, Ferg. I'm not happy that I missed Ferg. I always love hanging out with him.
I think you kind of was kind of saying that you were kind of glad to miss. I think that's what you were kind of hinting at, but I'm not one to start any kind of rumbles in the barbecue family. But right. Yeah, I think that's what you kind of hinted.
Oh, you know what? You should be happy, Steve. I didn't kick you out one time.
I know, but you know why? Because there was we were talking about food. How could you?
Where's like goofy food, goofy barbecue?
All right, so next week, Ryan, on the big show that we do every Thursday, and I actually have to reconfirm with him because I haven't reached out to him in a while. But, is Tim Shear from Loose Hog is going to be making another appearance on, and they just came out with a whole boatload of new sauces. So we're going to talk about his new sauces, and part of the reason I don't know if you remember the show, Ryan, when we were talking about different things that might be coming up. Tim kind of hinted here on Thursday Night BBQ Chat because there's a lot of things. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that get let go right here. And he talked about the buffalo something sauce. I think it was the buffalo ranch sauce or something like that. And it's coming out. So it's already out. I think it's at Walmart. I'm going to try and get him at the big house there.
Winemakers first.
Well, you know, Walmart cheats. I mean, if they're going to order like umpteen quadrillion dollars worth,
I think they might order just a little bit more than what Wanamaker's does.
Yeah, a little bit, maybe like a lot of it.
Yeah,
but anyway, so
well.
So that's who's on next week. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for Greg for signing all the way there from Australia. I'm kind of excited that we went international, Ryan. We're like something.
I mean, we're getting there.
I don't know what, but we're something. And thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody that watched.
Show that nobody knows about.
The greatest show that nobody watches. I get it. You know, follow It's All About the Barbecue on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. Follow Barbecue Blackstone and Beer on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and all that other good stuff. But I'm telling you, watch the shows. Tell everybody what's on. We watch this show because if you know anybody that likes good barbecue and they like food, dude, I'm telling you this.
Especially goofy
I'm so
food.
glad I got them on the show. It's not even funny.
I know. Good job, Steve.
I know. Every once in a while, I get lucky.
You were worried that we didn't know what was going to happen tonight, but
yeah, you never know.
It's when we're trying to get Michael J. Fox back from the future.
God. And you said my joke was bad.
That was pretty bad.
God, you couldn't even get that thing out.
I know. It was bad. I tried. So, oh well. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget, if you want to watch any of the shows again, and this one while you're driving down the road and you're on your way to work, if you want to listen to it again, go to Spotify. We got to start announcing that in the beginning of the show too.
I know. We always forget.
Because nobody's here at the end.
Once the guests leave.
Griddles and Bills with Nick and Jay are here. Thanks to you guys for hanging out for the whole show the entire time and commenting. We truly appreciate it. It means the world to us.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody.
On that note, shop small, shop local. Be kind, be patient.
What was that? When you shop small, shop local?
Shop small, shop local. Be kind.
It just sounded funny the way you said it.
Means how we doing? Good night, sir. Oh, Greg just left. I was going to ask him. I want to know if this was like his first podcast in the U.S.
Well, it could only get better.
If you do message him, we'll talk after here. Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, everybody.
Care. We'll see you
shop
next
local,
week.
shop small. Always be kind and courteous to everybody, and remember that everybody, let's just calm it down a little bit. The world's not coming to an end. We're all gonna make it. No one's gonna die. Well, people die every day, but no one's going to die. We're all gonna be fine. Hey, if our parents could survive the 60s, I'm sure we'll survive today. So anyway, everybody have a good night. See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.